Good evening, friends and foes. Pull up a chair, pop a cold one. It's time to get a tad belligerent. Let's get silly. Welcome, guys, to our very first, not true crimes, not cold cases, but just Maryland murder mysteries. I guess they're kind of mysteries, but anyway, welcome to the very first episode, okay? My name is T.Wade.
I'm Benjamin Augustus.
DannyMatt.
And Lindsey Metzler.
That's right. We have our fourth host for this spinoff episode falling under the Tad Belligerent podcast. We were talking about just kind of some new ideas. Obviously, everybody knows about the mothership show, Tad Belligerent. And then we also have our Tad Locks, which is our gambling show, which should be coming out actually pretty soon now. Now the football season is rock and roll. But we also kind of want to branch out and do something that our friend Lindsey here is very passionate about, which is murder, mysteries kind of things, and especially kind of stuff that's more Maryland-centric, Maryland-focused. Especially you guys who've listened to our mothership show, Tad Belligerent, knows that we are big Maryland people. We talk about Maryland sports, Maryland landmarks, Maryland events all the time. A lot of our breweries that we taste and that we love to support are from Maryland. So it's very Maryland-centric. So Lindsey, who is a fellow educator, so she can be censored just like I am.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, she's a long friend of mine, and she kind of said, she approached me with this idea and talked to the boys, and we loved it, and we're getting ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so we have, there's probably about 10 overall stories that we're going to kind of go throughout. These shows we kind of dropped out throughout the fall. These are all ideas that again, Lindsey, who is a murder pot expert,
Yeah.
at least of the four of us for sure.
I'm definitely a true crime podcast expert listener.
There you go. And the three of us are safe to say are not.
Right. Which I'm very excited about because I feel like you guys are having some great commentary. Me going over some of these cases.
Yes. So it's this is a fun, exciting time. You know, again, we're just kind of broadening our horizon as a podcast, and again, probably nothing on the planet is more popular than Murder Podcast.
Oh yeah, I got it. Everybody at my work is super pumped to listen to this shit.
That's right. Yeah,
Yay.
Dan's been sprinkling some seeds at work, so people are excited. But no, so basically that means the bar set high, and if you fail, we're just gonna laugh at you.
That's fine.
You know, that's just how it is.
I teach middle school.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They laugh at you all the time anyway.
It was also funny too because I have people being like, "Well, how are you gonna do a podcast? You've never done anything like that." I was like, I literally put on a performance 5 times a day for 50 minutes every day.
Yeah.
I can definitely tell a good story.
There you go. So now the show's really going to be kind of Lindsey centric, where she kind of has the case and the breakdown and all the ins and outs, and the boys. Again, if you listen to the show, you can know that we like to banter and go on tangents, and that's going to be kind of our role throughout this process. Is Lindsey's going to be telling us a story. We'll jump in with little things that pop in our head, whether they're funny or not. According to Ben, he's funny 10% of the time. We'll see about that.
I think I'm funnier more than 10%.
You said 10%, and even then I thought that was a little aggressive.
Let's do it math-wise, at least 10%.
At least
10%.
There you go. Fair enough.
There you go.
That's definitely more favorable for you.
Yeah.
So, but that's
all
fine.
for that.
So, all right, so we're going to kind of toss it up to Lindsey now. So, Lindsey, what's the first case that we're going to go over today?
All right, so we're going to go over Joe Palczynski.
Okay.
So,
Never trust a Joe.
Definitely not this Joe. But I will say, I'm not going to say his last name a lot because,
Joe P.
I tell my students this, I teach, finance and careers. I cannot spell, I cannot pronounce things great. I'm not going to judge you on it, so this last name, the spelling, it took me 20 times doing research, I just kept spelling it wrong, but I think it's pronounced Palczynski. So he was actually considered a spree killer in the year 2000. So all of us would have been in middle school. So
Took
you guys,
Y2K a little hard.
What'd you say?
Took Y2K a little hard.
Yes, definitely.
So, what's the difference between a spree killer and a serial killer?
So, and I had to look this up too because he's one of the few spree killers. So that just means that it's someone that kills 2 or more people in a very short period of time, but in different locations. So they wouldn't give me online a specific amount of time, but it's within a few days typically.
Okay.
Not like serial killers where it's they killed someone and everyone's freaked out and waiting for months, and then something else happens, like.
So he just went on a short killing
Yes.
spree and then stopped killing
Yes.
people.
So I'm guessing you guys haven't heard about this then.
No.
Okay, because this is actually like a very popular case because he also has like a record for the longest standoff to police with like one person, like him versus like all of the police standoff.
Sick.
Yes.
Wow.
So,
Did he have a hostage with, or like a victim with him?
Yes.
Ooh.
So-
Is this just like he thought Y2K was coming, so he just figured he'd kill a few people before?
He goes,
Well-
the computers were supposed to kill us. It didn't happen. This is bullshit.
Or maybe he was like, why not? Because it's gonna happen. I don't know.
Or yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Pun intended.
So, so he's a very interesting case, and I actually got a lot of backstory on him because I felt like the more I like listened and like read, people thought that this guy just like snapped one day and like became this spree killer. But like, as well, you guys don't watch and listen to true crime as much as me, but like, there's usually a pattern. There's something.
There's some
that,
signs
like,
here.
Now there are people that just like snap, but like something like this, it's like, okay, how did this guy get here, right? So,
Quick pause, Ben. Who of the three of us would be the most likely to be a spree killer?
Ooh,
Like just-
I don't know. You could hide it and just snap one day, but Dan's the one who just snaps all the time. He's
Right.
more likely to snap. But to answer your question, me.
Oh, okay. Hey, 10%. Good job, buddy.
I can see both of you being more serial killers.
oh, God.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
wouldn't be a spree
more
killer.
I-
You'd
I-
probably be the
when
spree
you're more
killer.
think
I
about
would
it,
be
spread
more
it out.
serial
Yeah,
killer.
So I feel like that's kind of a compliment. It means like you're like smart
We're
for
thoughtful.
thinking it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think the emotions of an event would definitely cause Dan to kill somebody, and then that would just be the end of it. Then Dan's like moral being would go,
Yeah.
I can't do this anymore. Or Ben and I, we'd probably be like, well, we're already going to jail.
Yeah.
Let's really make a
Ball's
big thing of
already
it.
rolling.
Yeah, let's cross the wall now. Ted Bundy, who? Tad Bundy. Here we go.
Same play. Same play.
I bet caught that.
Yeah.
Tad Bundy.
I got you.
Is that the name? Oh my
That's the name of the podcast.
So, Joe Kosinski, he was born November 1968. And this was also very interesting to me. His job description, he was an electrician / bodybuilder.
Naturally.
Those two
Of
things
course.
Okay.
are not, this is not what I expected when I was researching. Did not know that was.
That being said, bodybuilders also probably spree killers
Right.
because they're psychos.
And also, it's the
Yeah.
80s, a lot of
Arnold.
steroids. Yeah.
Arnold is big time now.
How do you think he got through electrician school? Arnold Schwarzenegger was his idol.
100%.
And that's how he got through. That's how he
You probably watched American
Persevered.
Gladiator
Oh,
on
for
weekends.
sure.
Yeah.
100%.
He tried out.
He tried out for American Gladiator,
Actually,
failed.
He failed.
That might have been the
That's
first
why he's
stop.
an electrician.
That got him going
That
to
got
be
him
a spree killer.
Exactly.
Yep. We know this guy.
So Joe's kind of criminal history started in 1987. Joe was a senior at Perry Hall High School.
Okay. Go
He
Cougars.
was 19 years old, and his girlfriend.
She was a 19-year-old in high school?
Yeah. I figured you'd make a comment.
Signs. It's all
That's
coming
a sign.
together.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's definitely a sign. So, and his
Hashtag
girlfriend
Joe.
was 16,
Joe pops a big old dum dum.
which is like, not 3 years isn't like terrible. It's maybe a little weird
Yeah,
when you're
but
19 and should have probably graduated high school.
He's a
But-
man. Gross.
Yeah. So apparently they were together for, it seemed, about a year, and he would tell her some very strange comments, like he had two personalities. Joby, so yes, he referred to himself as Joby. It sounds like other friends called him that too, but he would actually say that Joby 1 was the calm and rational Joe, and Joby 2 was angry and strange.
So okay, so the name is Joby. I would just go by like Joe A and then Joe B.
Yeah. And it's funny.
Oh.
And his middle name is Chester. So if he was like
Joe
just Joe C, could be another, like just whatever. If he's just chilling.
I feel
Joseph
I feel
Chester
he's already beyond
Kosinski?
Yes.
his 90%.
Yikes.
Oh, that just means I'm gonna plummet from here.
Okay. So, Joe graduates that summer, finally. And
But like, also in the summer school, couldn't even graduate in the spring. Sorry.
No, I think he, you know what I mean, like June, like he actually
Fair
graduated
enough.
that
All
year.
right, fair enough.
But Amy ends up breaking up with him,
Oh,
and
you hate to see it.
she leaves for a family vacation in Ocean City.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow Joe finds her on the boardwalk where he assaults her,
Oh, jeez.
and it is said that he punches her in the face and is holding her on the ground. And police are called, they arrive, and somehow Joe talks himself out of the situation, and the police just leave.
So they tell the
Shout
police,
out.
like, she messed up my confetti T-shirt.
It sounds
Spell my
like
name
he's
wrong
a
on
very
the t-shirt.
charismatic guy.
Yes.
He's not
I
smart,
built
but very
very
charismatic.
perfect sculpture
I
of our school in sand before the Ocean City Sandcastle building contest, and she came over here and ruined it.
Thrashers
She
was
deserved to get
out.
punched in the face.
Thrashers was out of oil. How else was I supposed to react, your officer?
Which
The
is
80s were a
well,
wild time,
Well,
man.
this is like my other question though. Like, this is the
Wild
80s.
time.
How did you find her?
That's true too.
Like,
Yeah.
the boardwalk's huge. Like, was he just walking around for hours?
Yeah,
searching
1
for
billion
her?
percent.
Like, it's not like we had like cell phones then. Like,
No.
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that actually
we
is like
followed
even
them all.
And she just
scarier.
went on like a family trip. I
Yeah.
assume that they had gone on that trip.
Yeah, maybe.
Sure. Maybe
you
she
know.
said like, I love going to Grotto's Pizza, and he just hung out at Grotto's
But-
Pizza waiting for her.
Right.
Well, like, he still knew that though, but he still got there at like 7 a.m.
No,
Right.
it's like, yeah, and
Yeah.
waiting.
there
It
until
was
Like-
waiting.
he probably got there the day before. He was like, all right, so
She'll be here eventually.
she'll be here eventually.
He's just doing push-ups, doing the bodybuilding.
Because
He
he's
built
so
the
in love.
sandcastle.
That's right.
But he's so in love. That's
So in
why.
love.
Yeah.
Because
So
he's so
in
in
love.
love. So Joe forces Amy and her brother, so I'm guessing her brother was there on the boardwalk with her, down to the beach, probably to, get away from people. I'm assuming it's evening. Now these are things that like I just couldn't find like the true details of, but he did threaten to kill Amy if her brother didn't beat her up.
Okay.
So yeah, so the brother refuses to do this, and
Naturally.
Joe grabs him and starts using his arms to beat her up.
Whoa.
Yes.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wish I could stop him. He's a bodybuilder. He's too strong.
Like, yes.
That's crazy.
This
Isn't
guy
that,
is
like,
ridiculous.
insane? So eventually he
Dude, what is
stops.
this guy?
He starts hysterically crying. He apologizes and then
The brother
lets
or
them
him?
go. No, this is Joe.
This is Joe?
After the weird
All right.
beat up of using
Joe
the
A is
brother's
coming
body.
out.
Yes. So obviously the children return to their parents and are like, tell them what happened. And she they're both like not in great shape. Like she's pretty badly beaten, so is he. And they call police, they press charges. And I actually looked this up on Maryland case files. So that happened on July 24th, 1987. So they pressed charges. You know how the court system is. It's going to take a while.
Mm.
So then we're going to go to 1988. Great year.
Hey,
Yep. You were born. I
I was
mean,
born.
well, yeah, because I was born 300 years ago.
Give or take.
So Joe is 20, and he's dating a girl named Kimberly. She's 18 years old. And Joe found out.
How old is he at the time?
He's 20.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Not bad. No, not bad.
You'll see though. There's a pattern.
Shrunk
So
everywhere.
Joe found out that Kimberly had been taking her birth control pills. I guess he didn't want her to. This is typically not what you want at 18 and 20 years old, but okay. And he ends up beating her up. Kim starts actually reaching out to Amy, previous girlfriend, about Joe's behavior. So after this conversation, she decides to leave Joe, presses charges for her assault, and the Maryland case files show that the incident was reported on June 28th, 1988. So he actually is charged with battery, and he has supervised probation for 2 years. I don't understand how that went through faster than the Amy case. I don't understand how courts work entirely. So then, while he is going to trial for assaulting Amy, he tries to plead insanity. And a psychiatrist says, no, he's pretty competent. And he is then charged with kidnapping a minor, false imprisonment, 3 assault charges, and 3 battery charges.
Is that it?
Sweet.
And he is sentenced to 4 years of jail, but he only serves 2 years.
Because of good behavior.
I guess so. It just
All
says
of that
two
is only
years.
4 years.
Well,
of
remember,
prison?
he's very charismatic.
Very charismatic.
And I feel like he knows how to play the game, which also lets you know that he's actually not insane.
Right.
Because in order to be considered insane at the time of the crime, the person has to be proven to not understand what is wrong or right. So they have actions like to cover up what they did, or like show that they plotted this. Like, he obviously showed up to the boardwalk and was like waiting for her for hours. That's not like, oh, like I'm insane and I don't know what's happening. Like,
no, he had to.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't have Bruce Knuckles. I didn't hit her, but look at her brother.
Yeah, exactly. So 2 years basically for kidnapping, assault, and battery. Okay.
Right, and it's been like
Doesn't sound
now
too bad.
like 2 people, but like just 2
See,
years.
kidnapping's not that bad then.
Apparently not.
Apparently not. Yeah, so good to know.
Apparently it's like 14 months in jail.
It's whatever.
Oh my gosh.
You get to have a Christmas dinner there, hang out with the boys, whatever.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, dude, you could go get like all your root canals done at one time.
Easily, yeah.
Dental insurance.
It's free.
It's there.
Yeah.
What?
You don't pay for your dental in jail.
3 hots in the cot.
Okay.
You get everything for free. In
Yeah,
jail.
like basically a year vacation from life. Let's go.
Dude, you get LASIK in that bitch?
Fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
You
know
still watch your-
that was expensive.
I don't think you
Right.
get LASIK in jail.
I think you can. I think you can kind of get everything. Like, dude, you can get a free education in jail.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you can get quite a few things in jail.
You're making it sound great.
Dude, have you ever seen?
Why are you making me want to go to
Hold
jail?
on. Side tangent. Have you ever seen that TikTok or that Instagram of the autistic reporter who's interviewing the person in jail, and the guy in jail is reading off his day-to-day life of how it's super strict, everything's numbered, they're accounted for every day, and the autistic kid is like, "What? I want a rigid schedule. I want to be counted every day. What? I want to do that. You have to do the same thing every day? Yes. I want to go to jail. How do I go to jail?
I want to go to jail.
Oh God. You're like, this is not a.
Wait, that takes too long. How do I actually go to jail?" And the guy's describing his white collar crime, and it like took like 10 years, and he's like, "That's too quick. How do I get here quicker?" And the guy was like, "Well, there are guys in here that have robbed a convenience store and murdered the cashier." And he's like, "Okay, rob a convenience store. Make sure the cashier's dead. Make sure the cashier's dead.
Make sure that
I want to be in jail."
He wants to say that forever, so.
I think it was all a joke. But
So-
it's hilarious.
So actually in Illinois,
Right?
so in Illinois it's actually a law that says you have to have one good eye to be a prisoner. So if you're arrested and you fail an eye test, they'll give you surgery to get your eyes fixed to be in jail. Basically, what they're saying is like for your own safety, you need to be able to have like great vision to protect yourself. So if you're all blurry eyed or whatever, then and they don't want you wearing glasses because you can like that could be used as a weapon or whatever. So they want you to have no glasses and see. So and again, this is in Illinois. So I don't. Maybe other states have this, but you get surgery before you go to jail.
I could have saved that like 4K on my.
Yeah, just go rob
Yeah, you're
just
just
go rob a
robbing
7-Eleven in Obama land. You'd be fine.
Oh my God.
You've been dude. You've been all right. You'd have been out by now.
Yeah.
Teaching again.
Oh, I don't know if they let me teach.
Baltimore City.
Yeah, they would.
Nowadays.
Yeah, they would.
I'm pretty sure they
As
would.
long as it's not a felony, you're good.
Welcome to Mervo. Welcome to Perry Hall.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So Joe's released 1991,
Okay.
and he starts dating 17-year-old Sharon.
Gross, dude.
So
But he's like 23 at this time?
yeah,
Yikes.
22, 23, 17-year-old Sharon. Sharon breaks it off with him, shocker. And he actually shows up at her high school, and he starts beating her at her own high school.
Do we know the school?
I don't have the school.
Okay.
And threatening her life. And eventually an assistant principal shows up, gets him off of the school grounds and out of the school. I really wanted more on this. I'm like, that's it? Like, you didn't have the police come? Like, no. Like, they were just like, hey, can you stop beating up my student and like leave? Cool.
Mhm.
Like, what?
That's a wild thing.
So Sharon ends up filing charges. Joe continues to call her, threaten her family, saying like he's basically going to kill everybody if she doesn't drop the charges. So that obviously went really well for him, because then they added on stalking and harassment to the assault charges, and then
2 months in jail.
Yes. And then shortly after this, Joe is arrested, and they actually sent him to a mental hospital. Based on Maryland case search, it looks like it was Franklin Square Hospital.
Okay.
And the reason he is in the case search is because Joe uses his friend's ID to escape from the hospital. So, guess he's got some loyal friends that were like, here's my ID, you can just get out of here. Like, there's probably reasons he was in the hospital. I actually don't know if it was just because of all of these charges, they decided to put him there and see what was actually wrong with him.
But how does an ID get you out of a hospital? Like,
well, he
It's
must have
it's the
like,
early 90s, bro.
Check
Yeah.
himself out. Yeah.
It's before 9/11. Different time, bro.
yeah.
Wild West, no laws, no rules.
People are coming in and out doing whatever, dude. Come on.
Fair enough.
So several months pass,
Okay.
and January 1992, a 15-year-old girl gets assaulted in Idaho. So this is, I'm like,
So he makes it all the way out to Idaho.
Idaho's like, I've
cross-country
actually
man.
flown there. It's a 5-hour flight. I don't know how no
You're-
one knows how he got there.
You also passed through the Oregon Trail, probably,
Yeah, which I'm so familiar with.
because she's old.
Well, dude,
So
I didn't know you led Lewis and Clark across
She.
on their journey.
That's right.
Are you Sacagawea?
Sacagawea gets all the credit, but it was really Lindsey.
which is like
Publicity stunt.
hilarious you say that because I literally am known for having zero sense of direction. I get so mad when I turn on my GPS and it's like, head northwest. I'm like,
Great.
why? How am I supposed to know that? Like,
Block your compass.
Look at the stars, dude. Duh.
You don't have a pocket compass?
If Joe can find Amy on the boardwalk, you can get northwest, all right? All right, so he's in Idaho somehow, some way.
so, well, this is how it goes down. So first, this girl gets assaulted, and I guess she returns home. Her mom files charges, and they're like, hey, that kind of sounds like that guy from Maryland we've been looking for several months that escaped out of that mental institution. So January 17th, 1992, Joe barricades himself into an apartment. It's not known if it's his apartment, someone's apartment. He's in the apartment, and he is telling officers outside that anyone he sees in the parking lot coming to advance on him, he is going to shoot them, and then he's going to shoot himself. After 16 hours of standoff with the police, they finally hit the building with tear gas, and Joe emerges and is arrested. He is then sent to federal prison in St. Pete's, Virginia. So for the 3 years he spends in prison there, he tries to convince doctors that he's insane so that the charges against him can be dropped. He said the reason he had a gun on him was for protection from the ninjas that are trying to catch him
Stop.
constantly.
Stop it.
Yes.
Joe said ninjas are after him.
Yeah.
He constantly needs to save himself from ninjas.
Bro, that movie Ninja Assassin is real? Ninjas in the Shadows? What?
Everybody
So
was kung fu fighting.
he also has many self-inflicted injuries, such as slitting his wrist, and he tries to say that the voices are telling him to do it.
Not the
Or the
ninjas?
ninjas got in there.
I was gonna say, what if the ninjas got him?
Yeah,
So he's playing he's saying all the right things.
right.
That, you know,
He's obviously read a novel or watched
Right.
a TV show.
Mhm.
How do
Yeah.
I sound crazy, right? So he does eventually get the diagnosis of being schizophrenic.
Okay.
And apparently during this time, there's all these, phone calls. He has people visiting him, telling inmates there. He's like, this is so easy. If you just say a bunch of stuff, they'll just think you're crazy and you get the diagnosis. And then, you're not as held accountable for things. So he feels like he's doing a great job. He had 15 months of court-ordered treatment for schizophrenia. And after those 15 months, he was considered cured and able to be a part of society again.
Which is hilarious,
Wow.
by the way. They think you can cure schizophrenia in 15 months, but that's a whole other discussion.
Yes. He's just cured now. He's fine.
90s, bro.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Okay.
So now he's out. He's in the public. Hooray! It's great for everybody, especially young women. So 1995, Joe is dating Michaela, who is 17.
Oh gosh.
Jeez.
He tells her he's 20, but he's really 27. And on Christmas Day, he violently beats her while she's in the bathroom. And she's wearing a shirt that he bought for her. And he says that she needs to wash it right away and get the blood out and get ready for dinner. And apparently just like goes and cooks like a really nice meal, steak dinner, lights candles, has a tablecloth. He makes it like this beautiful dinner, like he didn't just like
Try to
physically
beat her.
assault.
He's a romantic. Okay.
So romantic. This must be Joby number 1.
Yeah, this is Joby number
Joby
1.
Joby 1.
That was Joby 2.
Joby
Or
2.
A and B.
Yeah.
You don't want to see Joe C. Chester is nuts.
So
Joey Chester.
this situation gets pretty bad.
It's not bad yet. Yeah, all right. No, it's
Oh, no,
not
it's
bad yet.
bad, but like
Yeah.
the escalation. So Michaela's father approaches Joe about the bruises on his daughter, and Joe decides, I'm just gonna assault him, and he gets sent to the hospital.
Power move.
He needed stitches in his lip, and he had broken ribs.
So Joe just went bodybuilder on Michaela's dad.
Yes. Charges are pressed. He is arrested, and he is in jail. But then he starts harassing the family from jail using friends. So Joe's friends are driving by her work, her house. Sugar.
What's that? You mess with my friend Joe? We're gonna mess with you.
Yeah, like
All my bodybuilder
I'm
friends.
like
Can
I
you
love
lift
my
more than
friends,
me?
but like you're in jail now. Like I don't have time for that.
Yeah, he does have time for that. Like he'll mess with a family member of a girlfriend.
Like, hey, I need you to go stalk my ex-girlfriend and her family. Like, cool. I have nothing better to do.
Gotcha, bud.
I feel like my friends would do that for me if I asked them.
Really?
I would do that for them. If Tyler's like, I'm in jail, man. I need you to go harass someone for me. Like, I got you, T.Wade.
Wow. That's
Last time you did it.
I feel
New
like
things are coming to light.
All
I
right,
feel like
fine.
that's true friendship, but I also don't like that he said he would be most likely to be a serial killer.
That's
so
true.
I'm a little concerned now. So he also has the friends pour sugar into Michaela's dad's gas tank,
That's too far.
like destroying his car. 2 women Joe knows.
It's like the nicest thing they've done, though.
Hold on.
That's right.
They poured like just think like a big bag of sugar and poured it
Yes.
Yeah.
And
in.
apparently
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, oh yeah, you ruined someone's
it
car.
ruins their car.
But like,
Okay.
of the shit that he's done, just walking up to people and beating the shit out of them, that's like the most tame thing he's done
I
so
think
far.
Well,
I'd
he
rather
didn't do
get
it.
beat
Remember,
up
he had
than
other
Oh, that's
people do
true.
it.
my car get ruined.
His
That's right.
friends are tame.
Okay.
Other people did this. His friends.
His good friends.
Good friends. So he actually had 2 women that he knew, and I think he also basically like blackmailed them into writing affidavits that Michaela's father had been threatening them, and because of this, he was actually placed in jail several different times.
Nice.
So just like
So
destroying,
much jail time.
destroying like this man's life. Like you already sent him to the hospital. So he tried many times to get the charges dropped, but he ultimately pleads guilty and he gets probation.
Jeez.
Okay.
Yeah,
Who's
guilty
giving this guy probation?
This guy's
Everything's
lawyer is
done.
good.
I was gonna say he's got a good lawyer.
for all his bodybuilding electrician money that he has, right?
I
Maybe
mean,
beats the crap.
props to Joe to find the time to go to electrician school.
It's
Going
true.
through all this.
Yeah, like
Sure.
I don't know when he's working.
It's
Like,
probably when he was in jail, he was
He was an
going to
electrician.
electrician school. Yeah.
I guess.
Using his time wisely.
It doesn't
I
actually
gave him
say when he
trades,
started
so.
any of that. I could not find that info. But every time he seems to get out of jail, he seems to find a new girlfriend, and they are 17. So we have Stacy. While they are dating, he grabs her by the neck and slams her head into walls. Stacy and parents press charges. And since he has violated his probation, he is sentenced to jail for 3 years. Now this upsets me because I'm like, hey, if you weren't out of jail, you probably couldn't have
Done this.
Yeah.
done this, but
What happened to 3 strikes? This is like his 10th,
I was gonna say,
10th strike.
yeah, he's like freaking like Colton Cowser over here, just striking out all the time.
Yeah, dude.
yes. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's a new guy.
He's trying, okay?
He's a great trier.
Yeah, just like Joe, just trying to find love. He's just so angry, he can't figure it out.
God, if Joby 2 would just stop getting in the way of Joby 1, I could have such a phenomenal life.
It's so true.
Oh my god. So this also confused me. So I just told you the whole Stacy incident in 1997. 1998, he's released from jail. Thought he was supposed to be in there 3 years. Probably gets out again because good
Insanity.
behavior. He's such a nice guy.
Just a likable guy.
So he's released from
Once you get to know
prison. Released from prison, and he meets Tracy, who is 20. So this is
so old head.
well, this
Whoa.
is like I'm trying to do the math now. 1998. So how old is he now? He's like
100
30.
30.
something.
Yeah, he's 30. So 20-year-old, he's 30.
It's not working with the 17-year-olds. Let's give
Let's bump it up, yeah.
We have
They look a
Actually,
little too
yes.
high schoolish.
Yeah, I need to be more like, in a Greek squad in college.
Maybe if they're more mature, I won't have to beat them up as much.
True. It's their fault. I agree with you, man.
For not
Yeah.
being mature enough.
Nailed it.
So Tracy is actually like the ultimate part of the spree killing. This is where we're. So they've actually been together for like almost 2 years, and it's now March 4th, 2000. So she goes to break up with him. Nope, could not think of why. He's such a great guy. His relationships have gone so well, and she tries to move out, and Tracy calls the police because, shocker, he is assaulting her while she's trying to move her things out. He is arrested, and on March 5th, Joe is released on a $7,500 bond.
So he doesn't go to jail, he just paid the money and
He
he's
just
out?
got out the next day,
Jesus Christ.
March 5th.
There's an indictment on the judicial system more than anything, I feel like.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? They still got Michaela's dad in jail.
He's in trouble for this.
He just be on the bars, what the fuck? This is bullshit.
That would be so awful. You know what? It wouldn't shock me though.
Joe knows friends in that jail, just beats Michaela's dad up all the time. I just didn't want my daughter to date a weirdo.
He was like just trying to be a good dad.
Just trying to make it dad.
Probably had a great job.
Yeah, his life's ruined.
Yes. So after he's released, he goes to his neighbor. Her name's Constance. And he asks her if he could buy him a shotgun and a rifle since he's legally not allowed to. And she's like, that's cool. I got you. She goes to a consignment shop and buys him 2.
She said yes?
Oh, she said yes.
See, we all need a Constance in our lives.
Yeah,
We just need to go up and be like, hey,
Oh, yeah,
can
that's
you
right.
buy this for me?
Yeah.
I legally can't buy that. Can you buy it for me?
No, and
no,
No.
is always the answer.
it sounds like he was pretty forthright, being like, I'm not allowed to do this. And she was like,
I got
whatever.
you. I got you, bro.
Yeah.
Fox catch a street for life.
Constance is a road dog.
We
You're a road dog, for real.
Your baked potato was delicious at the last carp cookout. I got you, baby.
So
Road dog.
he acquires his shotgun and
my
rifle.
God.
That's on Sunday, March 5th. 2 days later, Joe shows up at the Shanks house. That's the last name, Shenks. Shanks.
Of the 20-year-old.
So these people are actually like friends of Tracy. So apparently she moved out and she didn't have an apartment yet.
Okay.
So she talks to a coworker of hers. Her name's Gloria Jean. And she's like, sure, you can stay with us like for a few
Gloria
days
Jean.
until your apartment's ready. She apparently had something lined up, but it just like,
Sure.
she had to wait a few days. So Joe shows up at the Shanks house and he enters the home, just shoots and kills Gloria Jean and George Shank. And he grabs Tracy, apparently by the hair, and is dragging her out of their apartment. A neighbor, David Myers, he's 42, saw the struggle, and he tries to help Tracy, but he was also shot by Joe. Myers, a fiance, apparently showed up on the scene, and the couple was supposed to be married that May, and he ended up passing away in her arms. So within I think it was 5 minutes, he kills 3 people and just takes Tracy with him. I was mixing up Tracy with Stacy. There's a lot of very 90s names in here. That sounds similar. So he just,
Alright, so he kills these people and he's dragging Tracy.
right.
Throws her in the car, I guess.
Yes, he puts
And
her.
then
But like my thought
peels
process, right? Like, what does he think? Like, does he think this is like gonna go well for him and her now? Like, I have you.
Yeah, what is the ultimate goal
Yeah,
here
like-
for Joe?
I just killed 3 people,
Joey
but
too
like
has
you have
no
to love
idea.
me. Like,
Yeah, Joe too. Yeah, like,
Joey too does not think like that.
no, he's not forward thinking.
No.
He's not. Yeah, you're right. He's not gonna be like, "Hey, do you love me now?"
Maybe,
Right.
maybe he's like, you have to love me or I'll kill everyone.
That
Yeah.
you know.
You know.
yeah.
Everyone who goes you for help, I'll kill them unless you love me.
And that's definitely how love works, right?
Yeah.
Totes.
That's why I haven't found it.
This is not why I'm telling this story.
Oh.
Wait.
Don't do.
I've been taking notes this whole time. Delete.
Wait, you're not supposed to do any of this?
No, do not do this.
Joey's not the hero of the story?
No.
No, I'm just
What's
He's
his
not the
What's his
hero.
Tinder
There's not a
profile
lot
look
of
like?
heroes, to be honest.
no.
I wonder what his Tinder profile would look like. Just holding Tracy up,
I mean,
pointing at her, smiling.
all the legit people who like tried to be heroes in the story either ended up going to jail or
Yeah, Michaela's dad in jail,
Yeah.
and the neighbor dead. The two heroes in jail are dead.
I wish Michaela's dad was Denzel Washington because this would have turned out like The Equalizer. It
Yes.
would have been way better.
That's true.
Well, I mean, there is an ending.
Okay.
I won't
Alright, so-
there is
so-
an ending.
so
Especially if you
he's-
guys don't know this case.
No, so he's driving away after just killing 3 people.
Yes, he just
Okay.
straight up
Tracy
kills 3
in the
people,
back.
has Tracy in the car.
Sure, she's
So-
handling all this well.
With
It
his
sounds
neighbors
like at some point, the car like runs out of gas, whatever, and he, I guess it's like the next day, yeah, March 8th. He ends up killing Jennifer Lynn McDonald, 36-year-old. She was actually pregnant and she had a 1-year-old daughter. Her husband was actually in the car. I don't know the whole situation. It sounds like maybe she was driving and he was in the passenger seat and gets her and I guess gets the car too. I couldn't find all the information in this, but he definitely kills her and they were supposed to be going to church. And while he's in this like heist of like, I guess shooting at her, he actually shot a 2-year-old.
Oh, jeez.
But the 2-year-old ended up being fine. The bullet just grazed him. But it was funny reading this online. Everyone was like, out of all the things, they were like, it was a 2-year-old. And I'm like, but other people like died.
I was saying other
Like,
people died too.
like-
Like,
Yeah.
the 2-year-old's life isn't more valuable than the other.
Literally,
Like-
the 1-year-old in the car watched his mom.
Yeah,
blown
well,
apart.
they
Yeah.
actually didn't say if the 1-year-old was in the car or not. We just know that, she left behind a husband
Oh,
and
okay.
a 1-year-old.
But still.
And she was pregnant at the time.
Oh.
So he's
I
at
mean, odds are that they're like, you're right, like the 1-year-old's probably pretty close by. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's not like they're.
If they're on their way
wandering.
to church,
Yeah, they probably did, but
in the car.
I just
Yeah.
didn't have the information on it. I don't know, it could have been with the grandparents. I don't know.
Mhm.
So that night, Joe is staying at a motel with Tracy, and he's just watching the news. He's trying to like make sure he's on top of what's going on, and he starts to realize
Setting up his NCAA bracket, because
Yes.
the tournament's probably starting pretty soon.
Joey one's now
Pretty much.
taking over.
Yeah,
with,
that's
with
true.
his
Watching the news.
super
Yep,
loyal and loving girlfriend.
Mhm.
Make sure you
And
got gas in
motel.
the car because
Yeah.
Joey 2 won't kick ass.
No, he's unreliable.
Unreliable.
So he's watching the news, trying to stay ahead of police, and he remembers, oh, I left all of my weapons in my car. I should probably go get those. So he doesn't want to leave Tracy in the hotel room because he's like, she might leave, so I'm gonna take her with me. Well, Tracy's pretty smart, and she's like, well, he has no weapons on him because we're walking out to these weapons. So as soon as they get outside, she actually sees a police car and just starts sprinting towards it.
Smart.
And there's nothing he can really do because they're outside
Yeah.
and his weapons are in his car. So he actually just jumps in the car and escapes himself, and Tracy is like no longer with him and gets to the police.
Sick.
Okay.
Good
Yeah.
move, Tracy.
So I was like, smart move.
Smart.
Do we know where we are at this point? Like,
Smart box.
So that was all Wednesday, March 8th.
No, where? Like,
Oh,
Are we
where?
still in Idaho?
Yeah,
Oh,
are we?
the motel. I didn't have put it in the notes. So we're in the like Dundalk area.
Oh, okay. We're back
Still
in
near
there.
Perry Halls.
Yes,
Roughly.
we're in that area.
He's
Okay.
back in ND.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So he escapes. 2 days later, Friday, March 10th, Joe breaks into a Virginia home. He steals those people's guns and their van. And he's driving his van. That evening, it breaks down in Woodford, Virginia. So he finds a man, I guess it's standing outside of his car. This guy's name is William Trell. He's 53. he shows him his gun and says he used to drive him to Baltimore, and Terrell at first was like, no, I'm not, no thank you. Like, he was actually gonna not do it.
No, bro.
And then I think he kind of convinced him, like, no, like, I will actually kill you. And he was like, okay, fine, I'll take you. And he's like, okay, can you take me? Apparently took him to like a Target and a Walmart to get camping equipment.
Target was around in
So he's literally like, Terrell is just driving him around in his car.
Chauffeuring him around. I think when I dropped him off at the first place, I would just leave.
That's true too.
Well,
Like,
he probably like made him go in with him.
That's-
Like, I don't know for fact,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna assume.
Hey, dude, push my fucking shopping cart.
I need a sleeping bag.
we'll get a pretzel at the snack bar. You go shopping.
Get this shit on the list. If
I'll
you don't,
meet you at the
I'm gonna
cashier.
shoot you.
Do you want a Slurpee, by the way? No? Okay, got you.
Cool, I'm getting you one anyway, but it's actually for me.
Yes. I like to mix blue and red. Hope you're cool with that.
Oh my gosh.
I got you the little Target race car ones because you're a child and you're sitting in the seat.
53-year-old man, yeah. So he buys him all the camping equipment, and then Joe actually lets him go after they arrive in Baltimore County.
So he can be a reasonable guy.
Well, he wasn't 17 or a female.
Right.
So
Right.
if that was the case, he would have beat the shit out of her.
Right.
So far, I'm 50-50 on Joe. He does some good things every once in a while. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Right. This is such a good thing to not kill somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very easily could have.
So people knew he was in the Dundalk area at this point and knew he had camping gear. So people were apparently like super afraid of like the woods. Like one of the podcasts I listened to was talking about this. They were like, people, like kids were like in their classrooms, like watching out in the woods and like, is Joe Pazinski out there? Like, should we go to
That's
recess?
Well, it's kind of like when we were in middle school with the sniper shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we thought he was in a white van, so you were sketching about every white
Every
van.
white man you saw. Yeah.
It turns out he wasn't in a white van at all.
No, not even. Yeah. But we had that perspective, you know, you're looking around at that age.
Right. And people didn't stay out late at night in that whole area. They did not, people like were carrying bats around and stuff, like to walk on, like.
To hit away the bullets. Yep.
Yeah.
You know what he should have bought all that camping gear and then went and like stayed at the Four Seasons. And, like, how much psychology there has. Oh yeah, I'm camping, dude.
Nah.
Bullshit, I'm getting lobster and
I was
steak.
Get pedicures, manicures.
Again, guys, I'm not trying to teach you how to get away with crime.
That's all. That's the only reason we wanted you on is because we know we're about to do a crime. And we
You know
just
what?
need 9 minutes.
The intro's about to just be Viola Davis walking in. So
That's
this is how to
right.
get away with murder.
Oh my gosh.
All right,
I
so
feel
he's-
like I'm doing a disservice now. Like you guys are just coming up with all these.
This whole podcast is a disservice. The whole branch of all of our shows are just a disservice to society, so it's okay. All right, so he's allegedly camping, or well, I guess he's camping, and everyone's scared to go in the woods, and they have bats.
All the
Right.
Dundalkians are frightened of the woods.
Right.
So the last day someone sees him, that was March 10th, and no one sees him again until March 17th.
So he spent a week in the woods.
So he spent a week somewhere
This
with his camping gear. He probably also, like, it sounds like he had food. Like, he made this guy, like, buy him a bunch of stuff.
What year is this again?
This is
2000.
2000, okay.
It's 2000. So, naturally, you know, Tracy's family has, like, some protections set up because, you know, they're like, he's crazy, he's been hidden. They're trying to protect him or protect her family from him. And they have police checkpoints everywhere. And apparently Tracy's mother and I saw it was stepdad, and then other places said it was like, I guess maybe they weren't married. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, I guess. But they kind of, after a while, were like, you don't really need to be like right outside our house all the time. No big deal. So that was a bad decision because March 17th, despite several police checkpoints in that area and other protections, so even though they're not right outside of the house, there's like, they're checking cars, they're checking people, like, so we don't know where he was. So we don't know if he's like emerging out of the woods, he's just been walking around and nobody seems to recognize him, I don't know. But he shows up at the mother and stepdad's house. And they have a son, his name's Brady, he is 12 years old, and apparently he just goes up to the door, knocks on the door, and Brady just lets him in.
our buddy Brady is this age, and we have
Yeah.
our buddy Brady who's kind of out there, and he'd be 12 at this time, right?
He would be 12 at this time.
So maybe it was him.
Fucking typical B.
We're gonna have to text him. Were you
Typical B.
typical B?
Yeah. So, well, also you would think that you would have maybe like told your son like don't just open the door for anybody.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Stranger danger.
showing him a picture.
Yeah,
like,
stranger
definitely
danger.
don't open the door for
You'd
this
also,
guy.
but you also would think that they've been together 2 years. Like, doesn't Brady know what this guy looks like?
Should.
He's not a smart
Did
child.
they not tell their son this guy was potentially dangerous? Like,
Brady
I mean,
might
look,
need to get some
if
tests.
there's one thing we found out through the
Brady's
story,
wearing a helmet. He's
Joe's
probably not.
very charismatic.
And he convinced Brady to let him in.
I mean, I think the authorities actually did a terrible job here. They need to put more information out there. Let everyone know that this guy's scared of ninjas.
It's true.
And
And
that
ninjas
could've-
everywhere.
If they just would have sent ninjas into the woods, they could have flushed it out.
Dude, you're onto it.
Probably the best idea you've had.
No, seriously, that's it, Ben. You would have saved so much heartache.
Send the cops away and just station ninjas there.
Dude,
Protection.
as soon as
Oh
he
my God.
as soon as he wound up in Idaho, federal order from the president, all ninja Halloween costumes, $1. And then you just flood the market. Everybody's dressing up. Ninja stars, freaking samurai
That
swords,
might lead to more
katanas,
chaos.
everything.
Damn.
They're all plastic though. All plastic katanas, plastic ninja stars.
Okay.
We
We'd
have
imagine
the
like
fear of God.
if a guy actually threw like a plastic ninja star at him,
And he's
then
like,
he but then he hits, he goes, "That wasn't bad." He just blows that guy away.
so many guys
Because he doesn't. He's, well, that didn't work. My plastic star failed me miserably there.
It's a mouse elephant situation. You would
Right.
just want to scare him to death so he runs away, and then the cops will get him. We just need to put the fear of ninjas into him, not the fear of God, the fear of ninjas.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Fucking this guy.
All right, sorry. So a little
No,
kid,
that's
Brady
fine.
lets him in the house.
So our buddy Brady Wolf lets him in the house.
he's in the house. So this is where our pretty wild hostage situation occurs.
I hope
So
it's Brady.
so he's in there. This is actually Andy and Lynn. These are the names of the parents
Okay.
of Brady.
Do we
And,
know what Brady?
that's
Oh
all right.
man.
Sorry.
That's where it falls apart.
Brady, what the fuck, dude?
Can you imagine if it was Brady?
You
You
were
just
dumb.
letting him in?
Yeah. No, Andy
knew you
let
were
like Brady
adopted.
go after this whole incident, and Brady's parents adopted him.
So while this happens, they make all the residents in the neighborhood leave and stay in the local elementary school. Like they're
Came
not
down
allowed.
in the gym.
They're not allowed to stay in their house, and this turned into a 97-hour hostage situation.
Whoa.
So you're not allowed in your house, and this is even the worst part. Like this actually, as an animal lover, really upset me. Apparently, like they made everybody get out, but they weren't like allowed to take their pets.
Oh, that's
And
bullshit.
the police would like stay in the people's houses to like, I guess, hang out, wait for the situation to talk to them, talk to Joe. I don't know. But apparently if anybody's dog seemed like they were going to attack them, which I guess, you know, you're intruding in their house, they're going to bark at you. Apparently like a couple of dogs were just shot dead.
What?
Yes. Like
Wow.
you're like, hey, you have to leave your house and then we're going to kill your pets.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, that was like, I know everything's really horrible, but that one like maybe the most mad.
What?
I
the
feel like
fuck?
that's where we need to focus our next.
I was gonna say,
crime
what the
story,
fuck?
is on the police officers.
How is everything that Joe's done not made
Is
me
Joe
as
like
mad as that?
is Joe actually the police commissioner of Baltimore County?
Dude,
We
what
just
the
don't
fuck?
know it.
Yeah, so these poor people are like living in an elementary school. Some of
And
them have,
they're and their dog's dead.
yes.
I'm sure they probably didn't even know until they got back home.
Yeah,
They go like, "Hey, Scooter, where's Scooter?" And then no, Scooter's dead.
like terrible.
Poor Scooter.
I feel bad for all the people in this neighborhood. Also, like,
Yeah.
if you ever seen an elementary school, I wouldn't want to stay with all my neighbors in like a gym or a
Would it be a
cafeteria.
gym or
Yeah,
cafeteria?
yeah.
There's also no showers. Or
Yeah,
like,
gross.
No, there's not.
and then this, yeah.
Unless it's like an old one.
Also, if I'm Joe and I just see them evacuate the entire neighborhood, I'm like, okay, they're about to drop a fucking bomb on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just
Well,
and remove
Why
all
is
the
Joe not on
citizens
the
from-
run? Like they obviously have no idea where he is.
He's clearly holding grudge still and coming back
oh
for
no,
her.
he has to get Tracy back.
Yeah, he still has to get
This
Tracy
is
back.
how he's gonna get Tracy back.
He's a true romantic at
Oh,
heart.
does he have to get Tracy back?
He's
Yes.
a true romantic at heart.
Yeah, he's so in love with her.
This is his first girlfriend over the age of 18.
This is
so-
Joby.
so-
This is Joby 3 slipping in.
Yeah.
This is his first
Yes.
adult girlfriend.
All right, so
It's
again,
true. This is his first
And
adult
he's like
relationship.
30-something years old. Yeah. So finally.
She still can't drink yet, though.
Yeah, that's true. I also wonder, like, okay, this was 97 hours. Did they, like, talk to each other? Like, did they hang out? Like, what do you do in a house with a guy with guns? It's like, hey, you can't leave your house. Like, what did you guys talk
He's
about?
probably just
Yeah,
sitting there trying to explain to them the entire time. Listen, I actually really love her, dude. You don't understand. I had to kill all of these people because they led up to this.
hammer curls are so much better than regular
Don't you
bicep curls.
understand?
Yeah.
Also, if you want to get your shoulders done, you need to do this.
That's right. He was
They're looking a
bodybuilding
little-
now.
looking a
Also,
little-
someone ran this circuit wrong. I should rerun this for you
Yeah.
before so your house
100%.
is down.
Maryland's going to go to the Final Four this year. Here's why.
Yeah, like, what are you doing with this man for 97? Like, so weird.
Guys, I know Cal Ripken is big, but he can play shortstop.
Yeah,
It's okay.
it's okay.
So,
Oh, I forgot this.
He had like
this
switched
is
to third
2000.
base.
He was already at third base.
This is the 2000s.
It's okay.
I forgot.
The Ravens
Forget my
defense is
name.
the greatest defense of all time.
Yeah, there you go.
so he did apparently keep telling police, like, hey, everything will be fine if you just let me talk to Tracy. Just let me talk to her. And they were like,
I'll convince her to love me.
they were like, no. Like, that's only, I guess it's the only thing that he asked for. So they were like, we're not going to do that. Because I guess they're trying to figure out their situation to get these people out of this house without him killing them. So finally on March 21st, so he broke into the house. That was March 17th. It's March 21st. 4 days later, Andy and Lynn, parents, they slipped Xanax into Joe's iced tea. So this is also confusing to me. I'm like, are they like kind of friends now? He's like giving him drinks, like who would just?
Hey, Joe, what you want for breakfast? You want tea with that,
I'll
dude?
tell you, Joe, do you like your eggs fried or scrambled?
I think just after that many days, Joe's not getting much sleep, so he can't be watching them 24/7.
Hey, Joe, Survivor's on. Let's go.
Joe walks out.
So this
Guys,
part's very.
Told you not to
controversial.
watch this without me.
Yeah.
Do you want me to kill you? We had plans
You
to
want
watch
an
this
episode ahead of
together. What the fuck,
Dude,
dude?
we had plans to watch this together.
I've
We had
actually
plans
seen
to
some
watch
pretty
this
bad fights for
together.
that.
So you get it. You get it.
I do get it.
Yeah.
So this is very controversial. So Joe does pass out on the couch, and apparently he has his weapons are in his hands. He's asleep on the couch.
All right. Has anybody here taken Xanax? I have not. So I don't like how like are you like in the movies like you're just like out cold?
I've never taken Xanax either, but it makes him pass out.
It sounds like they put like 3 Xanny bars in.
I mean, I was about to say, did they just like load up on it?
Yeah.
It sounds like they put a lot in there. I also
Okay.
want to know which one of you is on Xanax that you just have that.
Or maybe that's the wrong. Is anybody ever taking any sleeping medicine or anything like that?
I've taken Ambien before.
Okay, like does it quick? Like does it not? Or
If
are you like
it
out?
happens in the first like 10-15 minutes.
Okay, so it's
But
pretty
also, dumbass people also like will try to hold off the effects for like the first 15-20 minutes, and then you get like kind of high from Ambien.
quick. Okay, and are you like out cold? Like nothing can wake
Yeah,
you
you
up?
pass the fuck out.
Yeah.
Are you able to be woken up? Yeah, I'm thinking.
You can be
you're not-
you can be
okay.
woken up, but it's like you're not like if you hear typically when you go to sleep and you like hear a noise, you'll wake up from that or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You're not like that.
So you probably got like
Pass
something
out.
like pour water in your face, roll you
It's
up
like
the couch.
NyQuil. You've taken a.
I have not. I'll be honest. So
You've
it's
never
just-
taken NyQuil before?
No, I've never.
Your
That's
parents
why
didn't like make you take NyQuil to
When
get
you're-
rid of you for
yeah.
some time?
my parents love me. Right?
Oh, okay.
NyQuil's the best.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I've never taken
That's
a
like the best part about
sleep
getting sick.
medicine or anything, so I don't know how much it works.
Like
That's why I'm
Benadryl.
asking.
What about Benadryl?
I've taken Benadryl, but I've never really.
It doesn't make you sleepy?
No, I never fell asleep with it.
Okay.
Weirdo.
That's why I'm asking questions because I don't know.
It typically works pretty quickly.
And you're out, so they can do
Yeah,
whatever they
yeah.
want with Joe at this point.
And it
It
sounds
depends
like,
on how much they give you.
all right, it sounds like they try to load this up because they're
Okay.
like, we need this guy to be
Especially
sick.
like that type of dosage would be like you blacking out from drinking too much. How often are you aware of people fucking with you when you're blackout drunk? That's essentially. the
That's
equivalent.
fair enough. I
But
got
that's the
you.
equivalent to that.
I-
They
no,
overdosed him.
Okay, I can now get in that lane.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
So they're drawing penises on his face, all
Yeah,
that
yeah,
type
yeah.
of shit.
I mean, I've never drunk before, so I'm wondering what that's like, but it's fine.
Oh my gosh. So many lies. So he's passed out. He's on the couch. He's holding one of his guns. And this is when Andy and Lynn escape out of a window.
Without Brady?
They do not take Brady. He is apparently
Shut up.
he is asleep in the kitchen floor.
Shut up.
And
Did
they
he take the
Did he
Xanax?
take his Xanax?
Did he take a sip of the tea?
I don't think he did, but
Hey, yo.
they apparently just leave him there.
The 12-year-old
First
sacrificial lamb.
What the fuck?
Why did they go out the front door? Why did they climb through a window?
He's probably like had a barricade.
It sounds like he. So
Oh,
if you
okay.
like a. It sounds like it's like a townhome situation. Like probably that is towards the front, and then the
I'm
kitchen's
picking
in
up
the
what you're
back.
putting
So
down.
they snuck out a window in the
Okay.
back.
Okay.
That's
Get to the
hilarious. They
police.
left Brady.
That is
Right.
ultimate hilarious.
Well,
So-
yeah,
It
actually
as long as we're
was
together,
Brady.
we can have another
I
kid.
told you it's very controversial. Like
We can have another
they
kid.
just left
No,
their child.
this kid is a failure because you let him in. We gotta start
It's
over.
his fault.
We gotta start over.
Their
His fault. If he
mom and
dies,
dad
he
are just
dies.
literally sitting there day 2 like, this fucking idiot. Let him in. I cannot believe
The dad's
he
a
did
big
that.
Rocky fan. He's just like, if he dies.
He dies. He dies.
He dies. He dies.
No, his teacher was right. Brady is a nuisance and sucks. We need to start over.
Like-
Maybe it is our Brady. They
Maybe
gave him
it
away
is
for
our
nothing
Brady.
after this.
Dude, I think this is our Brady.
We'll see if he survives the story. Sorry.
So yeah, that's.
Well, the fact he's also asleep on the kitchen floor. Was he a dingus?
Well,
He just wanted to
I-
prop up
so
here.
this is what I assumed is that Joe wasn't letting them like out of
Sight?
his sight.
Mhm.
So if they're probably staying on the main level, and that's probably where they were sleeping. I can't imagine them being like, oh sure, just go up to your bed, like
Yeah.
no big deal. So they just leave him there, and then then
That's so great.
right, which is terrible because they escape. They alert the police. They're like, hey, he's unconscious. We drugged him. Like,
Kids are probably
so
like,
the
hey,
police,
where is your kid?
Yeah, I bet they were.
Oh.
Okay, we just like left him. Like
I totally forgot.
Dude,
That's
I literally
right.
forgot something.
so it was said that I guess in an interview they were like, we were afraid like if we woke him up and like explained what was happening or didn't like I guess they're afraid he would be too loud or something.
That makes it worse because that means they actually thought about it.
Right. They were like, no, we'll just leave him there. He'll be fine. He'll be just leave him with this psycho killer with the gun on the couch.
Hey,
my
yo.
That's on a lot of drugs.
He won't kill a kid. He's a nice guy.
Well, he's
We
not,
got to know him over these 97 hours.
he's not a 17-year-old girl, so
True.
again,
Fair point.
he might be okay.
They
He
actually
doesn't have a sister that he can make it punch. So
like hitting him.
Oh my gosh.
Why are you hitting me so hard?
So once they alert the police, they are like, cool. They just bust through the front door, and then this makes it even more terrifying that there's a child unconscious on the floor.
Yeah.
They just riddle him with bullets. Like,
In front of the 12-year-old?
he's in the house. He might even
Hey,
be in
yo.
harm's way.
Yo!
And they try to say, so no one knows.
Oh, they didn't arrest him. They just lit his ass on fire.
So they try to say that when the door opened, he stood up or went to get up, and they just started shooting him. He was shot 27 times.
They platooned him.
27 bullets were found in his body. 27.
He's
That also
probably
makes me
still
wonder.
asleep on the couch.
But it makes me wonder too, how many of his bullets didn't go that way and were towards maybe a 12-year-old napping on the floor?
yeah.
And they were just like, go in there, police. Our son's in there, but like, good luck.
Try to not
27
shoot
bullets
him.
connected.
I was gonna say-
170,000 bullets are just
They-
littered through the walls.
Exactly.
And it is good the neighbors weren't there. 'Cause
Yeah. They're taking a couple.
They probably
of
were like, this is going to end bad. Don't be in there.
I mean, let's be real. That's probably how a couple of the dogs died.
Is your 10th story the kid Brady grown up?
To kill people.
Killing people?
No, hey.
Oh, imagine the trauma though. Like my parents literally
Literally
left me
what
for
I'm-
dead. Like
Literally what I'm thinking, like what I'm talking about.
Like, the cops are actually just shooting him, and then when they're done, first try.
Hey, yo! My
Batman.
favorite Batman, dude.
Batman from like movie. All right, first try.
Will Arnett is so good in this too.
yeah. But that is like it is an interesting thing that they were bringing up too. They were like, did they need to like shoot him 27 times? And I'm kind of like, hey, he kind of like killed 4 people and kept people hostage. Like at this point, like.
And
I
I think
they
don't
need
really
to.
care.
And
Like,
jail has not worked.
Jail
You
is
know?
not working.
No,
The
that's
justice
not the
system is
issue. The issue was there was a child present.
Yes.
Probably
And
if you didn't fill him with that many
Swiss cheese.
bullets, there was a chance he was going to talk his way out of it.
True.
Right. Hey, no.
It was
guys,
actually the
that's my
12-year-old
friend.
did it.
He's-
Brady did it all.
Somebody said, this guy's way too charismatic. Don't give him the chance to
Yeah.
talk to you. or you let him go. Just go
Actually-
and shoot him.
You know what happened? They riddled him, and it was the 26th bullet, and then one more was just like, you know what? That's not enough. And it was like, we got to make it 27. That's the number.
That's the lucky number.
That's the lucky number. That's my number actually, 27.
Number 11.
So yeah, so that was the end of Joe. In
That was
the end of Joe. Brady actually ended. I mean, mentally he's probably not okay, but
No.
physically got out of there.
Was he asleep the whole time, or did he get woken up?
I don't
assume
know
he got
that.
woken
I'm
up.
gonna assume that woke him up.
Look, Brady, if you're listening, dude, hit us up. Come on the show.
I know,
We'd
seriously,
love
man.
To like
Hear your side.
your side of the
Hear
story.
your side of the story.
Do
And
you
is
still
your
talk
last
to your
name
parents?
Wolf?
Is your last name Wolf, and do you talk to your parents still?
And then so this was also like a fun fact. Apparently Lynn and Andy try to collect the reward money for locating Joe, because you know they put out the like reward, give
Oh.
information. Well, they obviously gave them lots of information because he was in their house. So they try to collect this money, and they actually tell them they can't collect it because they didn't call the hotline. They called the police.
What?
Yeah, they're like, no,
Well,
you
hold
gotta
on.
call-
They don't fucking
you gotta
deserve
call
it
the
anyway.
hot-
They left their kid there. Fuck them bitches.
But
But
Yeah.
that,
I
they let
they
the
should've
kid there
given-
to get the money.
Fuck
Yeah.
that. They should have given it to Brady as like a fucking
Yeah.
like a bond where
Well-
once he's 18 and he moves out of his house, he can get the money.
knowing,
You know,
knowing
therapist
Brady
fund.
at this time, you don't need to save for a college fund.
It's for therapy.
So it's for
Yeah.
therapy.
Yeah.
This is therapy.
1,000,000,000%.
Yes. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. Like, hey, good thing. Thank you for telling the police, but like, no money for you because you had to call the hotline. Like, can you imagine being like, oh wait, call the hotline first. Don't call the police. Don't let them know.
Don't let them know.
We need this like 10K.
Wow.
So there you go. That's the story of Joe
So-
Pazinski.
So that's Joe Pazinski.
Palzinski.
Palzinski.
You gotta look at
Joe
it.
Pa.
Joe
Palzinski makes. I mean, he's pals with a lot of people.
It's Joe PAs. All Joe PAs are fucking grimy.
I've never met a good one.
Joe Pa lets Sandusky's touch boys.
Yeah.
Joe Pa in this one.
Maybe Brady went to Penn State and it's just full circle of hell for him.
Maybe he just every Joe Pa
That
incorporates
was
a
a
Brady
joke.
Wolf.
A little bit of reach there.
Yeah, a little bit. But that's what we do here. We make conclusions off of nothing.
Hell yeah, that was awesome.
All right, well, that was an awesome first episode.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Joe Palzinski, real piece of shit.
Yeah, so
Joe Pa's a piece of shit for
I'm-
sure.
I'm
He
not
made a
saying
lot of
he's-
jokes, but wow.
yeah.
I'm not saying he's like not around. 'Cause
No,
especially
no,
since
not
he lived
even-
so close by. Like,
Yes.
Not only is he not around, but he's not even like his soul ain't even his soul's Swiss cheese too.
Right.
He
Yeah.
got riddled with bullets.
We have a lot of losers in the story. You know, we have the justice system loser,
Yeah.
Baltimore County police losers, and
Dogs.
the parents losers.
The only non-loser lost the most. Michaela's
Michaela's
dad.
dad.
Is he still in jail?
He's probably still in jail to this
30
day.
years
He's
later,
The
is
one
still in
person who stood
jail.
up to him.
Got beat up and then
He's
thrown
thrown
in jail.
What the fuck?
So,
dude?
moral of the story: don't stand up for your kid. Just leave him in the house.
Yes.
'Cause-
Or just leave. Yeah,
Just
don't
leave
stand
it
for
out.
your kid or leave the house. One or the
Yeah.
other. That's nuts. That was well. Listen, I don't know about episode 2 through whatever, but episode 1 that was pretty hot.
that was awesome.
Started off.
Started off
with a
hot.
bang.
Thank
That
you,
was
Lindsey.
one that like I just kept finding more things about him, and I was like, what? Like,
That's crazy.
just escaped a like what? Like, and I was like, I gotta tell this story because
No,
it
that
just
was a
keeps
good one.
going
Yeah.
Hell
Until-
You slaughtered that one.
until it ends.
You slaughtered that one.
Thank you.
There you go. All right. Well, listen, that's pretty wild. Okay. Well, listen, this is a great start to this series. Very excited to hear what we got episode 2, but episode 1 off to a good start.
Woo.
All right. So we're gonna sign on out of here. We'll catch you guys next time. This is your boy T.Wade.
Benjamin Augustus.
DannyMatt.
And Lindsey Slaughter Metzler.
Hell yeah.